YouTube, what's good? It's your boy, Carlos Harris, aka the Crazy Uncle. Hey, if this is your first time tuning in, go ahead, hit the doggone subscribe button, hit the notification bell. Every time I post up new content. Well, people, as usual, damn, that's lovely. As usual, uh, I'm not gonna sit up here and say that with this particular time, I'm not gonna sit up here and say uh, I wake up, wipe my face, brush my teeth, check social media, right? Because I already know that social media, or so-called social media, is gonna give me 1 or 5 or 10, right? And then sometimes, somebody might toss a ball my way and say, "Hey, don't talk about this right fast." So that's what the fuck I'm gonna do. So here's the deal, people. Apparently, old Kim Kardashian, right? She got the 8-year-old on TikTok. So, I mean, now, granted fact, I ain't seen the video. Really ain't too fucked up about the Kardashians, if you ask me, right? Because had it not been for OJ, we never would have known that old Kim Kardashian even existed. And that's the honest truth, right? So, but my whole deal is this, people. My whole thing is this, right? Um, and I know I've done shows on this. I know I've done plenty of shows on this. Social media, or so-called social, well, I'm not gonna say so-called social media, but what y'all social media has been around forever and a day, right? It's just that we as the normal people, or some of y'all, the dumb masses, right? Just so recently gotten access to this shit since the 90s, right? Because here's the deal about so-called social media. And then why do they ask yourself this question? Why the fuck do you think they want everybody to actually really be involved in this shit? Because they know that the actual trained news media, or as Professor Griff says, multi-European devils in action, right? They know they can't be every goddamn where. Or can they? Right? They just know that they can actually really set up the shit, and they already know somebody with their camera phone is gonna always motherfucking record. But that's actually really not what the case. This is really not what the case in point here, right? So Kanye mad because Kim put the 8-year-old out there on TikTok. And for the most part, okay, I got it. If you don't want your child on any motherfucking website out there, then you know what? Guess what? Kudos for you, because we already know who in the fuck is actually really watching. Goddamn sex predators, anybody, everybody gonna be watching your child, right? Me personally, I always feel like and I look at it like this, right? If you got to put like this, if you got a cell phone and you not even 12 years old, that's the wrong goddamn answer. That's me. That's just me though, right? Because I'm just like this. Who the who the fuck you gonna call? What you need a cell phone for at such of an early goddamn age, right? What you need that for, right? Because for the most part, you as the parent, you already know 9 times out of 10, you gonna carry your little rug rest to school. you gonna pick up your rug rats from school, right? So what the fuck they need a phone for? Plain and simple. But the thing about it though is this, that, with what all that what Kanye is saying, and then they were saying, then it was something on there about, where shit, she put makeup on the baby, and I'm like, wow, really? So this is what the fuck we do now. But the thing about it though is this. But here's the deal. This ain't nothing new. Go on Facebook, and then you can see, cause I see it all the goddamn time. You got the little ratchet mama, right? She got the motherfucking holes in her pants, got the fucked up ass hairdo, right? And then she got the baby looking the same goddamn way, right? We already know that you fucked up, but don't fuck up the baby, okay? Just like I say, I'll tell you about an incident that happened when I was still in Texas, right? And when I was working at HEB, little, and then for like this, for entertainment purposes only, you little young black guy, right? He was in his early 20s, right? Walking into the store with his pants hanging half off of his ass, right? Now the thing about that, now that what really didn't bother me. What really bothered me is just for the simple fact that he had his two young boys right behind him, which was still fucked up. Why have your children behind you? That's too easy for somebody to come snatch your kids up and you not know shit about it, right? But the thing about it though is this: your kids, if your kids see you do some fucked up shit, and if they see you do fucked up shit long enough, guess what? They gonna grow up and they gonna do fucked up shit. So for the most part, you know what, Kanye, I applaud you for that, right? Don't no 8-year-old need to be wearing no goddamn makeup. Don't no 8-year-old need to be on social media. Now, I will say this much, because I already know what the fuck a lot of y'all gonna say. My granddaughter has been on my channel. She's 4 years old. And I definitely any bastard look at my goddamn granddaughter. Red dot, tap, tap. Your ass is out of there. I'm just putting it out there. You ain't been looking at my goddamn granddaughter like that. So the whole thing, people, is this, right? Stop talking about motherfucking social media like this shit is motherfucking brand new, because it ain't. Ever since goddamn television and radio was invented, guess what? Social media has been around. Social media has been around. If you actually really want to get technical about this shit, social media has been around since the beginning of motherfucking time. Right? Don't let these bastards fool you talking about, well, you go on such and such a website, and then you can create your own shit, right? Well, they're looking at it like this. The Hell's Angels, they didn't have no goddamn website. Any of those motorcycle gangs back in the day, right? They didn't have no motherfucking website, but apparently motherfuckers joined them, right? Because it's all about how you get the word out. That's goddamn social media. Social media didn't happen just 30 years ago or whenever the internet came about. Social media has been around forever and a day, people. Let's not get this shit twisted. All right? So now I think that I've covered the whole social media shit enough. The shit with Kim and Kanye, and I'm just like, fuck all that, you know, all together, right? So now we gonna talk about DL Hughley's bitch ass again. And so yeah, I'm doing just a little bit of everything right now because I'm not going to work tomorrow. I got shit I gotta handle. Got shit I gotta handle. So DL Hughley, he ended once again, right? And again, this is something else that I didn't talk about on my channel, right? Now apparently he all pissed off because Joe Rogan used the word nigger. Now, granted the fact, anybody else was like, oh, you can't say that. You can't say nigger. You got to say the N word. Well, motherfucker, the N word. He all mad because a so-called white man used the word nigger. And so for the most part, I always say this. And again, a so-called white man. Damn, I'm doing the wrong thing. But calling, so you get a so-called white man calling a so-called black man. Look at my shirt, people. Look at my skin color, people. Right? Because apparently a lot of you motherfuckers out there don't know your goddamn colors. Grown ass motherfuckers don't know their goddamn colors. So here's the deal. He's like, he mad because somebody outside of the so-called race said nigger. And so my thing is this. I'm just like, you know what? If you mad about what the fuck somebody else done said, regardless of color, and I know that I'm guilty of this too, right? Because I done been on motherfucker, hey, look, goddammit, don't call me nigga. I never was no nigga. Okay? So the thing about though is this, right? If you still get pissed off behind that word, then guess what? You that nigga that he was talking about. And so DL, as always, guess what? You that nigga that Joe Rogan was talking about. Because you the only bastard that got pissed off about it. So DL, stop putting your foot in your mouth. Stop stepping in the pile of shit. Right? You got glasses, so I'm like, you wear glasses like me. So how you miss that? I'm just like, dog, shut the fuck up and color. Right? And make sure you don't use that so-called black crayon. So, listen, people, I swear, this shit is motherfucking ridiculous. I know that I'm not the only one that thinks this way. I'm not saying for everybody to think like how the crazy uncle thinks. I'm not saying that. But my thing is this. Just know that social media has been here longer since the goddamn internet. But then again, I'm like this. Well, how long has the internet been around? Right? Until they allowed us to have access. See, that's what the fuck y'all motherfuckers don't know, right? The government. I'm not gonna sit up here and say the United States government, right? But let's just say the governments of the world, right? They probably had this technology like forever and a day, right? But then here's here, right? They figure, okay, well, we can do it. It really don't mean that much to us no more, or it does, but we can actually we can like, hey, look, we can show them this, but we can't show them that, right? Or they'll be like, well, we will show them this. We'll be like, hey, look, this is what you can see, but you can't see what the fuck is going on back here, right? So guess what? They done did that already. So then they give us access to it. Then they give us camera phones, all that good shit, right? Now you motherfuckers want to call it social media. But again, people see this is what the fuck I be talking about here, right? Y'all motherfucker can't listen. If y'all really don't know the goddamn difference, or you really don't know that this shit has been around longer than what the fuck y'all think it is, then guess what? All of y'all are next Tuesday motherfuckers, right? Like seriously. I mean, but then like I said, again, in Kanye's defense, no, I don't want my child that goddamn young on motherfucking social media. No, no 8-year-old need to have no motherfucking Facebook page, no TikTok page, no Instagram, none of that shit. Right? You live in my house, you ain't finna have none of that shit until your ass is grown. And then you out of my motherfucking house. Then you can do whatever the fuck you want to do. Right? Plain and simple. So here's the deal. Social media has been around forever and a day. DL Hughley is the ultimate nigga because he's still mad about who says the word nigga, especially so-called white folks. Again, I said so-called white folks. Albinoism. I thought I would throw that in there, but hey, again, let's go ahead and DL Hughley, shut the fuck up in color or go suck a fat baby's balls, right? Social media has been around forever and a day. Any questions, class? If not, hey, guess what? Tell your mama, tell your daddy, tell Big Dan, tell Big Bertha, your uncle, your auntie, your grandma, your papa, motherfucker next door, cross street, round the corner. Paulus Harris, a.k.a. Crazy Uncle. Till next time.